Good afternoon, and welcome to this meeting of the Board of Public Works and Safety for the City of Huntington on September 16th, 2024. We'll call the meeting to order, beginning with a roll call.
Mayor Strick,
Present.
Danielle Albertson,
Present.
Megan Bonbrink,
Present.
Anthony Lesnikia.
Present.
Thank you. Having established a quorum for the conducting of city business, we'll move along to consideration of the minutes from the previous meeting of September 3rd. Is there a motion to bring the minutes to the floor for consideration and adoption as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Further discussion and consideration of the minutes? Not hearing any at this time, we'll call the question in favor of adoption of the minutes as submitted. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Next item under old business, we have long-term control plan projects 7 and 8, change order number 4. Is there a motion to bring that to the floor for consideration and approval?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Director Cutress.
Yes, thank you. Change order number 4 for long-term control plan project 7 and 8. This is the large sewer project going on LaFontaine Street and Tipton Street right now. This change order encompasses a number of items. One is an increase in the bypass pumping line item that was in the bid as they worked up LaFontaine Street. The new sewer came into conflict with the old existing sewer sooner than what was expected, so there was an increase in the amount of time that the bypass pumps had to be installed to keep sewer flow while they installed the new sewer. We did run into some soil contamination issues near the gas station on LaFontaine Street, so there was an increased cost in dealing with those. Now, in that was about $106,000 in additional fees in dealing with the disposal and the process of handling that contaminated ground. Those fees, there is a process at which the city can seek reimbursement on that through IDEM, so we will be going down that process, but we still need that as part of this change order so that we can pay the contractor for their work. And there was some additional fees related to some unexpected utility services, water services mainly, the contractor came across that had to be discontinued, mainly some old abandoned lead service lines that we had to discontinue from the old main. So change order number 4 is for a grand total of $259,234.79. This will come out of the project contingency on this project, and again, there is a process to seek reimbursement on a portion of this. So it would be my recommendation at this time that the board authorize the mayor to sign change order number 4.
Director Cutress, can you repeat that number on the change order total?
Yes. $259,234.79.
Thank you. Further question or discussion by board members? Not hearing any at this time, we'll call the question in favor of approval of change order number 4 and authorize the city to accept and move forward on that. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Thank you. Motion carries. With that, then, we'll move along to consideration of Lockmuir's long-term control plan agreement amendment. Is there a motion to bring that to the floor for discussion and consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Director Cutress.
Yes, this is along the same lines as the change order for Atlas. This is an agreement amendment with Lockmuir Group, the designers on the long-term control plan. The big portion of this agreement amendment is adding some additional time and dollars for Lockmuir to provide an inspector on this project. Early on in the project, there was a lot of delays with the railroad and the day and night process that had to be followed to satisfy the railroad. So Lockmuir's inspector was on site day and night, 24 hours a day for 51 days on this project. So we incurred some additional expenses on that. Looking forward at the rate the project is going, we originally intended for those 51 days to be spread elsewhere in the project. So we need to build some additional funds back in for that inspector. The total cost of those 51 days was $186,000 for Lockmuir's inspector for 24 hours a day. There was also, in addition to Atlas dealing with the right-of-way contamination issues, Lockmuir had some fees associated with that and figuring out the extents of it so that we could handle it appropriately. Lockmuir has spent a substantial amount of time coordinating with the other utilities in the area on this project, namely Duke Energy, AT&T, and Comcast, trying to get them to relocate and remove some of their utilities on this project. That is still an ongoing fight with AT&T and Comcast at this time to get them to finish relocating their utilities. So Lockmuir is incurring a lot of expenses on that item as well. Overall, this contract amendment would be to increase the increase the agreement with Lockmuir by $375,000 to cover the extents of for the rest of the project, any additional utility coordination, inspection, construction administration. This also included some railroad permitting fees that had to be, because the permits had to be revised with them. So it would be, this also would come out of the contingency on the project. So it would be my recommendation that the board authorize the mayor to sign this agreement amendment. This would be a not-to-exceed number. We do anticipate hopefully being able to save some money using part-time inspectors as the project gets further towards the end. So this is a not-to-exceed number.
Questions or discussion by board members? Not hearing any at this time, we'll call the question in favor of approval of authorizing the amended agreement. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving along to consideration of new business. First item on the agenda is a special event request from the Huntington Visitors Bureau regarding Ghost Stories on October 19th. Is there a motion to bring this to the floor for discussion and consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. With us today, we have the Director of the Huntington Visitors Bureau. If you would state your name and address for the record, please.
Yeah, Robert Kemp, and I actually don't remember our address. It's three months in. It's what is it? Something North Jefferson Street. I'll look it right here. 407 North Jefferson.
There we go. We'll strike that from the minutes
Yeah,
for your board
thanks.
consideration.
I'll know that better next time.
Tell us a little bit about the proposal for the special event.
Okay, so October 19th from 3 to 6, we're looking to host Hauntington, Eerie Legends and Lore. We're looking to have about 6 interactive storytelling stations throughout downtown where families can come or individuals can come, and about 10 to 15 minutes at each station, rotation time, and move throughout. So what we're really what we're here for on our permit primarily is space utilizing an alleyway between 23 East Market and 31 East Market Street. We would want to block off just the portion of the alley that is the building itself. So from the entryway to the back of the building, to not impede any parking areas or access to trash facilities or anything like that. That's really the main thing we're looking at as far as blockage of any kind of roadways or anything like that.
And the hours, again, are 3 to 6?
For that portion, correct, 3 to
Okay.
6.
And 3 to 6 is the event, or is that the hours you need blocked?
3 to 6 is the event. So we'd need it blocked a little before that. I think on the permit, we even talked about the evening before. We could be flexible and start the morning of the 19th because we'll be setting up a little bit of a like archway, just a kind of a way to distinguish the stations as people move throughout downtown and they know where to go to hear the stories. Working with the Theater Guild Act 2 to provide actors and actresses to do the storytelling, and other nonprofits and downtown businesses to pull this off.
And the special event request got circulated with all the department heads. I'm not aware of any issues or questions or concerns. Anything from the back table on this? Okay. Tim, any preference as far as dropping off barricades the evening before? Okay. Yep. We'll have them there, and then you guys can set them whenever you need
Perfect.
to then.
Yep.
Okay, further questions or discussion by board members?
You said this is 23 to 31 East Market Street?
Yeah, so it'd be, if
Which-
you're looking at the alley, it'd be Corn Coast Comics on your right,
Uh-huh.
and then on your left would be, it's not utilized right now, it's a vacant space, but it's a part of
Okay,
that.
I'm familiar, I
whole-
used to work, yeah,
Yeah,
okay, I know,
yeah,
yep.
yeah. And we'd be to the back of, I believe 23 is the shortest building, so we would just go to the back of their
Yep.
building and not block any parking.
Okay.
Further questions or discussion?
Plan on this to be an annual event?
So, yeah, I hope. Yeah, we hope so. Yeah, we hope it's successful enough and has enough attention and gets, there's other pieces to it that we've got, engaging downtown restaurants to do like a soup and stews contest and get them to serve their own version. So like Wise Guys is already committed, they're gonna do a lasagna soup. So that kind of a thing to attract people down to their businesses. Yeah,
Keep us posted and let us know how it
yeah,
goes.
absolutely, yep.
Wonderful.
Great. And with that, then, we'll call the question in favor of approval of the special events request and authorize closure of that alleyway to allow for setup and the event and cleanup afterwards. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Awesome,
Have
thank
fun.
you all, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Next item on the agenda, I'm not aware that Mr. Mohammed is here with us today. We are going to refer this from the board to the engineering department for further specifics around what they're looking at with the outside seating request, as well as to clarify jurisdictional issues potentially with NDOT. So there's no action from the board at this point today. So moving along then to next item on the agenda under new business, we have Superintendent Yoder with us here on behalf of the Parks Department. Is there a motion to authorize two separate requests for purchase approval?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Superintendent Yoder, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us about the investments you're going to make on behalf of the Huntington Park System.
So in our '24 budget, we had, excuse me, put in there for a new parking lot at Slack Park to get paved, and then it'll also redo the sidewalk there where you pull into the little parking lot we have there. So got a couple quotes on that. One is for $43,275 from E&B, and the other is $43,656 from Brooks Construction. So just looking for approval to have the mayor sign that, and
And which one are you submitting to the board today?
the E&B paving for $43,275.
Yeah, I've looked at both options from E&B and Brooks. They're very similar. I think it'll clean up some driveway issues as well as get that lot paved.
Brooks almost got him this time.
Further question or discussion by board members for Superintendent Yoder? Not, we'll call for approval of awarding that contract to E&B. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And what's the next item?
The next item is a new place over at Elmwood Park. Here that Sinclair Recreation has designed one. It's a very small area anyway, so the place that has to be small. Current place that's been there for about 22 years. I did some math there. About 22 years, and you can see on the slide kind of done a few things to get us through until the next one gets installed, but it's definitely time. I have a quote here from Sinclair Recreation that includes a grant that I applied for. Total would be $47,909.22. And I also have a playground I got designed from Compan, and their quote came out to $48,000 exactly. I am recommending that we do the Sinclair Recreation $47,909.22. And that will probably be installed, I would say probably early '25. Just have to get it purchased now.
Questions or comment by board members regarding the new play set at Elmwood Park and the proposal?
Said something about a grant?
Yeah, so they have a grant that you can apply for through Game Time. And so
So you received some money to help cover the 47.
so the total we would pay is the 47,000. Actually, the original cost for that $66,474.
Have you worked with this company before on other sets?
Yeah, they actually just installed Drover Park this year. And then we did the community build with a different company's playset over at Hires. Now we were waiting on the correct manufactured parts to get back to us. We just received those. I believe Sinclair will be here on Friday and Saturday. We have done 2 community builds with Sinclair in the past, Slack Park and Lori.
It's nice to have communications with somebody you've already dealt
Yeah.
with.
This is the specific design.
Yeah, this is the one.
Okay. And there are no swings or anything on this, right? This is just it?
This is just it. There is 2 swings that's already there that
Okay.
that will remain.
I was just wondering if there was anything, I know it is a very small area. I didn't know if there was anything for children with different abilities or anything like that. I know we don't have quite a broad space, and to
Right.
put those things in, I know it takes more, but if,
Yeah, so luckily Drover Park is just a couple blocks
Yep.
away. So on this one specifically, I mean, they are all ADA compliant. But,
Yes.
you know, there isn't a lot of inclusive features.
yeah, I know a lot of the swings will have like with the 2, like you'll be able to put the kid in and have the other parent or
Sure,
whatever.
sure.
But I know this is more of a climbing, so I didn't know if there were swings somewhere else.
Yeah,
but- Nope, just curious.
Further discussion or questions by board members? Not hearing any further questions at this time, is there a motion to approve the agreement with Sinclair for the playset at Elmwood Park?
Moved.
Second.
Yeah.
Motion and second. Further discussion, consideration of the question? Not hearing any this time, we'll call the motion in favor of approval of the agreement with Sinclair for installation of a new playset at Elmwood Park. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Thank you. The motion carries.
Thank you, guys.
Not aware of any items under ordinance enforcement. Move along to consideration of miscellaneous items. First item on this would be establishing trick-or-treat hours. I believe setting a new Huntington record for earliest hours, because we've not gotten any calls yet. So is there a motion to bring this to the floor for consideration?
Second.
Motion and second. Chief Boxell.
Not true. Our communications director had an inquiry this morning, which prompted the addition to the agenda today. So it is awful warm to be thinking about Halloween, but again, if you go to any of the retail stores, the candy's out, so we might as well talk about it, right? My recommendation would be that we carry on the tradition that we've done the last couple of years, and that is celebrate Halloween with trick-or-treat hours on Halloween day, Halloween evening, 31st, from 5:30 to 8 p.m. So in checking with the other small towns, they're traditionally sticking with, they're going to do 6 to 8. That's Warren and Andrews and Markle, 6 to 8 p.m. We opened that up a little bit the last couple of years and spread that out another half an hour. So my recommendation would be 5:30 to 8 p.m. on Halloween itself.
Questions or discussion by board members?
Can I ask why we did move away from the 2-night Halloween?
So, you know, I don't know that there was something specific to that other than, you know, Chief Packer had done it prior to me and we kind of stuck with that tradition. You know, especially in right now, the last couple of years, Halloween itself has been in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
You know, there's a huge email thread that's going around that Christy and I are a part of different municipalities some towns celebrate it on the weekend and just the weekend only, no matter what day of the week it is. You know, traditionally, we've just stuck here with having it during the actual day of Halloween.
Oh, and I
So,
agree with that, yeah.
One day's probably enough. I think, to be honest with you, we'd probably hear some complaints from those at Carlisle Crossing if we opened it up to 2 days.
Oh.
I see some agreement at the head of the table
Yeah,
here.
that was one of the factors in the decision was there's two neighborhoods in particular that are highly trafficked, and
Too much.
Yeah, they get
it's a lot for
bombarded
the
pretty-
households that are there.
pretty heavily. They sure do. So, everybody is great in those neighborhoods, don't get me wrong. I mean, we don't take complaints from them, but 2 days might be a little.
Okay.
How about all week at your house, Anthony?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
2.5 hours is too much.
Well, and that is one of the other changes in the community is there's been a proliferation of trunk or treat events at
Sure.
churches and coffee shops, and so there's all sorts of opportunities to keep Huntington Dentists in good supply for the coming years.
I've just always wondered why they, you know, why we switched, but I guess evolution.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, further discussion or consideration of the request from Chief Boxell to establish 2024 trick-or-treating hours. All those in favor of the recommendation, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Thank you, Chief. Next item, not requiring board action today, but just by way of update, I want to refer to Director Cutress. You know, 4th of July, everyone's aware that we did have a series of main breaks in downtown Huntington due to a collision between a semi-truck and a fire hydrant. And we've been working through getting on the schedule for finalizing those repairs. So Director Cutress.
Yes, as the mayor said, it's been a long time since the 4th of July, but we're finally getting somewhere. Excuse me. Last week, all of the concrete repairs got made at all of the main break locations where concrete was involved. And I've received word that E&B Paving will be coming into town on Wednesday of this week to finish all of the asphalt repairs. That will cause a little bit of a disruption to all of downtown as they work through all 6 of them. But the plan is for them to come in, get them all repaired, and be done by the end of the day on Wednesday so that it is 1 day of disruption as far as the asphalt work goes. And then Thursday, they will be in town to do the striping, to restripe any of the parking spots that were damaged and got repaved as part of this. So more of an information that Wednesday, there'll be a lot of disruption downtown, but it should be a 1 day thing. We should be able to get all the asphalt work done and fixed, so.
And Director Cutress, tell us a little bit about the communication plan to make the public aware, since we just learned of this earlier today.
Yeah, so I've been working with Kevin to get a Facebook post going out tomorrow, as well as him and Christie Connect will be walking around downtown to all the businesses with a small little flyer, letting them know of the work for the following day as well. So, as well as Tim Bischoff putting out a bunch of no parking signs in the areas where we need to do this work. So, between all of those items, I think everybody will be covered, but obviously if there's any questions, we'll answer those as they come.
Thank you. And for those that are in the room or listening online with the meeting, as you see that post go out on the city's Facebook page, please go ahead and feel free to like and share that so it hits your social media networks as well, or to let others in the downtown area be made aware of the delays that we'll have because of it. So, all right, with that then, moving along to accounts payable, is there a motion to authorize bills incurred by the city of Huntington?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Further discussion and consideration? Not hearing any at this time, we'll call the question in favor of approval of paying the bills incurred by the city of Huntington. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. And finally, is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Thank you, everyone. Have a good week.